Oh yeah. Listen to that sound. Sweet sound. Have a better tomorrow. Anyways. The doggies. They know too. We'll let him finish up so I can make this video. Blue Pity and Res Dog. You guys done yet? Okay, I just need to make this video because, well, I don't know. I don't know what's up with my twin. He's only ever kind of showed me rudeness. But I guess his ways is kind of like, and I know his reason you have to be this way is, what's the word I'm looking for? With this illness and lack of treatment and the stuff that shows up in my brain scans, it's kind of difficult. Like, word searching is part of what's really difficult for me, and I think that's been for a reason because, like, I'm a writer and I'm pretty good at writing. Dude, my neck looks so fat these days and my thyroid's so fucking swollen from all of this, like, radiation and shit. Now I even forgot what I was looking for, the word I was looking for. Kind of want to start this video over, but I don't, just because of awesome sirens I'm loving to hear lately. Okay, so actually, like, I know there's not that many fires around here, although I think it was last night I actually did smell fire when they went out, because a few of them went out that time. But anyways, oh, Twinsy and his, like, mirroring and I want to say sly, but that's not really the word I'm looking for either. Maybe it'll come to me later. But yeah, no, it's like giving little signs through, I don't know, like graphic art and titles and I don't know if he knows if I'm picking up on it or not. I mean, I kind of am, and I kind of do when I want to, but at the same time, you know, it's stressful, the situation I'm in, and I've waited a long time. Anyways, so let's just, like, talk about another option, I guess, or possibly, I don't know, it's a shape-shifting option or another worldly option. Okay, so I don't know who watches my channel. I have a unique story, and so I have a unique following and people that know about this stuff and the significance of it. Like, even when, like, I was at the hot springs, I would have certain people call me and, of course, begin by, you know, asking about a cabin or a reservation, and but it always turned into a big long conversation about, like, the program and this and that and the other thing, bloodlines and stuff like that. And but so right before I left, and I think it was the day of the snowmobile rally, we would, like, host the largest snowmobile event in Montana. And I was, like, learning a little bit about shape-shifting myself. Shape-shifting myself. And then also, like, when it comes to people that have faces, there's, like, a thing about, like, costume and makeup so that they can go out in public and not be recognized so much. So I think that one time when I was walking to work, I did see one in particular that does have land around that area. I'm pretty certain when I walked in that it looked like an older version of him. So I don't know. Could be wrong, could be right. Who knows? Time will tell. But so back to this, like, snowmobile event day. And so, like, and also these actors and their dorky characters. Like, I remember one time I had somebody call me, and I think they were renting the Airbnb, you know, because it was, like, a little bit further away from the action. And so a lot easier for somebody with like a face to be able to get away with renting there. And he was like being a nut job. And there was somebody in the background that was smoking. That was like the person that was trying to not be heard. And he had his buddy call me. This is like so cute because it's kind of like, it's like a middle school, like prank call it girl stuff. It's adorable. I love it. This is fun. It's going to be like more fun. It's going to be more fun as I make fun of AIs, the grammar of the AIs. More better. It's gonna be fun to like find out and like be filled in on some of this when it's all over and it's coming to a close. I know some of the BS coming to a close, and I'm gonna be moving forward, and I'm excited about it. I have no strings attached, so you know I can go wherever. So okay. So one time this dude calls, and I'm pretty certain they were in the Airbnb, and he other thing that was odd is like when they would find out, like when like gang stalkers would come in to like target me in specific, and they would find out that they didn't have like Wi-Fi in their room or cabin, so they like quite literally wouldn't be able to like attach to me while I was at work and either harass me or like tap into my energy or steal or whatever. They'd get furious, and like it was so ridiculous that you were like new. Sorry about the way I'm holding my camera. I'm really obsessed with this because my ancestor designed it. Anyways, they would get really mad and be ridiculous. And so anyways, trying to have the Eiffel Tower in there, and then also my thyroid swell and thyroid neck like not showing so much. My ancestor that designed the Eiffel was actually German, and he was from Eiffel, Germany, and he dated a Parisian, and his name was Schnorrenberger. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I don't think there is a pronunciation. I've only seen like one dude who's like a football coach come up with that name. But anyways, and then also in that line was, the Jean-Baptiste from France, and the first clone, Germany. So anyways, yeah, it's kind of fun. I can't wait to go there someday. I remember on Instagram seeing this like post that was like, when I want to take you to Paris, but turns out you are Paris. And I don't know, it was so weird because like, there was so much weird random fake profiles and karmicness and like drama and, ridiculous, like underhanded, like gross cat NFTs. Bullshit. I had to get up out of there. Like I got on there to do what I needed to do, and then I got out of there. And I think like some of the messages, I don't know, like whether they were being ignored at the time or like if even some of them were disappearing and not being seen. Because yeah, come to find out some of these karmics that don't want to give up the money, don't want to give up their money, man. They like have had access to and have been hacking me and, erasing stuff, especially after like that very first random surprise, like Facebook post and comments and messages. And yeah, since then it's just been like on. It's been on. Okay, so let's back up since I'm talking in circles and I'm hearing the ringing and I'm getting the attacks. All right. Like these karmics are connected to businesses that own these like towers and servers and platforms and whatnot, and so they are able to get on the inside and either do the work themselves or pay somebody to sabotage a divine feminine. So this one time these dudes called me, and I think it might have been the same ones that came in, I don't know, but like it was a snowmobile thing. It was also weird because it was around St. Patrick's Day and the spring runoff, and the water had gotten really green. But I like walked into work one morning and the hose was still running, and there was like weird greenness on sheets in a cabin. And like, I don't think that person was human. They like owned a pizza place out of Coeur d'Alene, and like there was this weird like accident and they took off. However, there wasn't blood on the blanket. It was like literally neon green. It looked like pistachio color. And like It was so weird and random. Like, it was such a weird spiritual morning. Everything was like green, and I quite literally thought that my coworker got body snatched, and he very well may have, because he let like some of the people that came to stay and you can like, there's been a few times where I've gotten like that whole spellbound thing, where I know that I'm under a spell and stuff. Like, and I mean, but I get enchanted by a certain person. So he may have actually gotten body snatched, but he was cool. He was like aware, and it was kind of a funny thing, the whole thing. I think he was entertained by the thought that I was convinced that he got body snatched. But no, he had let like some people's like stay and like party later and didn't get out of there till like 6 a.m. Sometimes we wouldn't get out there till 3 or 4 a.m. just because like there was a lot to do, and people like thought they could just, you know, do whatever and stay however long. And now I'm getting off track again, because it's getting really hard for me to tell the story. Somebody doesn't want me to tell the story. So somebody calls from the Airbnb, and the guy is like, I don't fucking remember what he says. He's like, something about if I'm drinking, and he's like, you can tell he's like acting and being an actor and trying to be in that job. And he's like, the reason I'm telling this story is it relates to the person that came in, that if they were to see my stuff or somebody knows who they are, like, I don't know, I'd pass it on to them. It's considering chemistry and eyes, because I had eyes with my twin, and like they were intense, and I've never, you know, like, when he put his energy back in my space, like I've told in other stories, I have like not been able to forget them. You know, I don't know. That also could have been a spell of enchantment, or like a clown, or who the fuck knows, man. This stuff's bizarre. So that this dude calls me, I can tell like somebody like that has a name or a face, is like smoking weed in the background, because I know what that call sounds like. But he has his friend talk, and his friend says something like, what the fuck is he saying? He's like, I'm spinning, I just like to spin. And like, what was the question? It was something about like damages or something. And I'm like, well, did you, and like, what if I'm spinning and I have an accident? Because I'm spinning, because I love to spin. And like the person in the background is like smoking and like laughing, like had to like slip up where like he was smoking, but like then he laughed because of the other actor that was like acting like a dork on purpose, because he's an actor, I'm sure. These are actors, I'm certain. I don't know. I don't remember what I said. I'm like, well, do you have it on tape? You know, we're not responsible for any alcohol related incidences. It's like, I'm not drinking, I just like to spin. Whatever. I don't know. I had like the right answer in my boss energy. And then like basically didn't want to deal with their nonsense. So, you know, told them to like have a nice evening or whatever. And I feel like this was around the same time. And so then there was this like big snowmobile event. And because I know like I generally did not prefer to hand out plastic bracelets, because, you know, I just like agree with the plastic free lifestyle as much as possible, whenever possible. Although like, like you kind of have to be set up and have resources to get into that. And like, I'm not in that place. So there's been times where I have to like forget about it, or I get kicked out of these places, and then like my buildup of recyclables, has to be left behind and probably gets thrown away, much to my dismay. But there's nothing I can do about it, because like I can barely even get my stuff out of there, and ended up losing some stuff getting driven out of there anyways. I did mean to say driven out of there. So there's only like 2 or 3 Saturdays that I absolutely did use the bracelets. Like if somebody is a guest and they're going to use it all day and they're like leaving and come back, yeah, I'll definitely do the bracelet thing. If they get in a cabin and they're coming back and that is going to be the next shift, and so they need the bracelet because the person coming after me isn't going to know unless they got the plastic bracelet, yada, yada, on and on. And so this particular day, and I kind of think it felt like it was the busiest day of the year for us. And I think it was a snowmobile day, but this nutty guy, and I kind of seem to think that he's probably the same guy that was like called me and like pretended like he was just spinning and like got dizzy and got himself hurt, and was wondering about like damages. Oh, no, that's what he was asking, is if he damaged something from spinning, but he wasn't drinking, would he be responsible to pay for said damage? And I'm like, yes, you are responsible for any damages. And, and did you get the event on camera? Because if you didn't, then I have no way of knowing whether you're telling the truth about the whole thing or not anyways. And so that was like the answer. And then, so why is that? Oh, never mind. So then these two dudes walk in, and like this dude is like clowning. And like the reason I think he was an actor is because like nobody dresses like that. Like he was prepared for the flood. Like he quite literally wore pants that were too short for him. And like it just was like, you could tell he was like dressing up to be some like really dorky character. Like, like he knew what he was doing. Like, dude had obviously played like several roles. And he comes in first and he's like, to pay, and then he's like, I'm paying for dude with white towel. And that's the other thing that makes me think white towel dude was like a face or a name or something, even though they've got like their alias names in their cards, like to have somebody else pay for him, you know what I mean? Like his name doesn't show up on a credit card or whatever. And the dude, I don't know, it was like insane chemistry. And like all I remember was like asking him, may I put this, I was like, I don't typically like to use these, but may I put this bracelet on your hand? And he was like, you may. And I'm silly. Yeah, silly Sally went to town spitting all backwards and upside down. That's what I do. Spit backward shit. In my confusion, throwing shit out there so as to see what is validated, what is it, so I can know the truth. Anyways, something about his eyes. Now I've seen eyes like this and I know that they're angelic eyes and they're angels and not of this earth. And like, it's just something different about seeing the eyes of an angel or like another being or maybe a past life lover or something. And that's the experience I had with my twin or somebody who looks exactly like my twin. There is somebody else that looks like my twin and I appreciate his cause, but it's like something about like the voice and the way somebody speaks and like, I don't know, their personality and in-person chemistry, all of it. But I don't know. Even though the twin can like talk a bunch of smack and be a douchebag, I don't believe that's him. Like, I think we both see each other's potential basically in that regards. But like, I do like the way he speaks and it turns me on. And so, but in this instance, do with white towel, he I don't know, his chemistry captured me. It was strong, it was intense. And I don't know if I was talking to somebody else when he left or something, or if it was just like a nod and see ya, and maybe he thought he'd be able to see me again, and I was like driven out of there right after that, so we didn't like get to reconnect. But anyways, he's somebody I wanted to check out and get to know more, whoever he is, whether he was somebody in costume makeup or that shapeshifted into. And I figured there was something really familiar about his eyes or something, or maybe it was a friend of my twinsy. I don't know, man. There was something different about that whole experience. If you know who you are or somebody else knows who he is, he should hit me up. Can you tell this girl's a little frustrated and out of options? I don't know, ready for something to happen. Anyways, dude with white towel. I was feeling you, brah. I guess that's all I'm trying to say there. In like 19 minutes and 13 seconds. It took me that long to spit that one out. Awkward. And then, I don't know, I swear there was something else I was going to say. But now I'm stuck on those eyes. Were they the same eyes? I don't know. I don't know. But I could go on and talk about other things concerning that place and shifting or learning to, but I will be judged. Even though there are benevolent reptilians, people don't understand that. Shut up. I really need to shut up. I feel giddy. Like a little schoolgirl. Like a 46-year-old schoolgirl. That never had her, you know, giddy magical moment. But hopefully will. And I want to hope and think that it's finally going to come to me. Because I'm feeling that. I'm feeling giddier and giddier. So maybe that means something. There was something really magical about that hot springs and my cabin, and I really missed it a lot. I miss it a lot, and I feel like there was definitely missed connections and missed opportunities there, and missed messenger. You know, I had a really rough New Year's Eve, and somebody that I think was family or friends came in to comfort me and gave me really awesome, like, banana caramel edibles, and they invited me over to the cabin, and I was supposed to go talk to him, and I think there was supposed to be a message there, because she brought up the story of the king. And I said, you know, whenever I'm having a problem with one of those, I don't blame it on him. I blame it on the mother for naming him that. But I did actually, after work, I dressed up and I went to go over to meet with this couple, because I think that they were like, it was a page, you know, page of air, like they were supposed to deliver a message. But the thing is when I got there, like, and there was something about that campground across the way where like there was like a sort of a spirit controlling it, or like there would be like a spirit asleep in slumber, like in the place, go over it when it wanted to. And I mean, the chick, like you could tell she was like really fun. Like somebody I really, like I was really disappointed at. Like really wanted to meet this couple more and hang out with them, because I totally felt like I like clicked with this woman and connected with her. And I think she was sent to give me a message, but like I never got it. And because they were asleep, because, you know, I did actually like change all my work clothes and get a little bit dressed up so I could look good. And by the time I got there, they were fully out. Like, I think I even tried to knock on the door and there was no answer. So who knows what it means, but they were out for the count. They were asleep. She had, I think, partied hard, like on New Year's Eve. And these are just general ramblings, and I don't know who they're for, and hopefully they get to like the intended person or party or whatever. But anyways, yeah, just another crazy random rambling from Silly Sally.